From Mr. Day, I received a complete description of the rifle, which the police department had possession of. I took the serial number and a description of the rifle, and immediately began my efforts to determine who the owner of the rifle might be.
Yeah, and you did that. And how? Tell me how you did that.
Okay. I first went to a pawnbroker on Deep Elm Street in Dallas, known as Honest Joe. I believe his name was Reuben Goldstein. He was well acquainted with the firearms business in Dallas, and told me that this particular rifle, if sold in Dallas, would have had to come. I'm not getting out of your picture, am I?
No, I'm just double checking.
The rifle would have had to come from Teitsch Gettinger and Company's sporting goods department if it were sold in Dallas. I then proceeded to Teitsch's, and at their sporting goods department learned that they did in fact sell rifles identical to this one.
We're talking about a Mannlicher Carcano rifle.
That is correct.
Okay.
An Italian.
It had already been identified by people on the scene, including yourself, as that type rifle.
That is correct.
Okay.
It was an Italian World War II surplus military rifle.
Well, go ahead now.
The people at Teitsch's informed me that they received the guns from a wholesale dealer in Chicago, and that would have been the original source of the rifle, regardless of who it came through. I then returned to my office, and we made a phone call to our FBI office in Chicago, giving them this information. My information now is that an agent from the Chicago office went to the residence of the manager of this company in Chicago, took him back to his office, and from a search of their records identified this particular rifle as having been shipped by that company to a customer in Dallas using the name Heidel. Now, Heidel was the name on fictitious identification found in the possession of Oswald at the time of his arrest.
Yeah, you already had that information on hand at that time. You knew that he was using this fictitious identity as well.
Yes, I had received that information
from the Dallas police.
Correct. After I had sent the information to Chicago, but before I had received it back.
I see.
When we received it back from Chicago, we then knew that this was the name being used by Oswald.